What up, YouTube? It's your boy Marv Over Matter back with another video. And today what I want to talk about are three major differences between American women and foreign women, right? So we all know about the passport bros, the guys who travel to another country, right? They look at their life and they think it's not working, right? For some reason, I can't get girls. I don't know if it's my height. I don't know if it's my face. I don't know if it's my body, my personality. Something about me is not appealing to women in America. So I'm packing up all my stuff and I'm going to another country so I can find love, or at least some sex, right? At the very least, I want to find some sex. And I want to feel like the girls are into me. I want to feel like I don't want to buy women here. I don't want to do that. I want to feel like the women are into me. That's what these guys are thinking. And, you know, people judge them for that, especially if they go to a third world country where their financial stability will make them very attractive and very appealing to women. People say that's just weak, right? You just couldn't keep up with the standards of American women. You know, you're probably a loser back home. Something about you is off, whatever it is, right? And, you know, there's maybe some truth to that. But there is a difference just in the way that the women are, the way that the women treat you, the way that the interactions go, just because even when you're not dealing with third world countries, there's still a different experience. I don't know from personal experience of going there, but I know from personal experience of dealing with women from other countries. I live in LA. It's a tourist spot. So, you know, women are traveling here all the time from all over the world. And there's a clear difference in just the way that the women are, right? And so I'm going to touch on two very big differences when it comes to the women in America versus the women in foreign countries. And I wouldn't even say a specific country. It's like generally just foreign women in general. That was redundant, but generally foreign women just are different in these two factors. And the first huge difference when it comes to American women versus foreign women is communication. Communication, man. There is a large gap in the communication between American women and foreign women. In America, women are very discreet, very vague, not very forthright. Everything is subliminal. Everything is like under the surface. There's not a lot of clear communication. There's not a lot of clarity in the communication when it comes to women, especially when it comes to dating and them showing interest in you, right? Everything's passive aggressive. Everything is like, that's just how the general woman in America kind of communicates. She doesn't really tell you exactly what she's feeling if she's feeling you. Sometimes you get those women that are clear, right? Me personally, those are the women I typically end up dealing with, are the women that are clear, because I'm not really into the games and the dancing back and forth and, you know, oh, I'm not sure if you like me. I'm not into that really. I just kind of, if you don't make it clear, I just assume you don't like me. And then eventually, you know, she'll tell you if she likes you, because she'll be like, okay, I have to come clean. But they won't start off like that. In the beginning, in interactions, they're going to try to put their cards close to their chest and, you know, I don't know, give little clues and give little breadcrumbs and shit. But, you know, that's typically how interactions go. And that's why a lot of American men are confused when it comes to dating. They don't really know what to do, where, you know, how to deal with women. This is my experience personally, so take it with a grain of salt. Now, when it comes to my experience with foreign women, it's a lot easier, a lot simpler, right? They're very like, okay, I like you or I don't like you. And there's not a lot of in between. There's not a lot of in between with that. It's like, okay, they see you, they're smiley if they like you, or they're just not if they don't. If you talk to them, they're just gonna be like, hey, yeah, I'm interested, or no, I'm not, right? Like I have a story, and this is like, even though nothing happened with this girl, her communication was so clear, right? So I'm at Cheesecake Factory. I used to work there. I see this German girl. I don't know if she's German. I just see this light-skinned girl with green eyes, curly hair. She was fine. She was just fine. My type to a T. And I'm walking by, and we're making eye contact, and you know, we're lingering, and then she does the little look down thing, and then she looks back up, and I'm like, oh yes, this is a go. So I go over to her. I probably started saying, she was standing near the cheesecakes, so I probably said something about the cheesecakes. And then I said, well, I might have just went straight in, honestly, with this one. I was like, damn, you are beautiful, or you look good, or whatever it is. And then she said the same thing. She's like, yeah, like, you look really good. Oh my gosh, you're whatever. So then I'm like, okay, well, this is perfect. She had a little accent, everything. I was like, oh yes, this is smooth. Okay. You want to hang out sometime? We should hang out. Like, how long you here? You know, I asked her, you visiting? She's like, yeah. I'm like, how long you here? She tells me, okay, cool. Well, let's hang out this day. Is that cool for you? I'm off that day. You have free time that day? She's like, yeah. Okay, perfect, cool. Her friends come back, because she's standing by herself at this point. Her friends were buying a cheesecake. So her friends come back, and they're standing there, whatever, and I get her number. We exchange numbers, all that. Cool, bam. Hit her up, like, okay, you still want to hang out that day? She's like, yeah, let's do it. Like, I'll see you. Boom, boom. Okay, perfect. It's a go. Now, I don't know if her friends being there got to her, right? Or if her conscience got to her, but the day comes that we're supposed to hang out, and she's like, look, I'm going to be honest. I'm coming clean. I have a boyfriend back in Germany, and, you know, I don't think it would be fair to him if I hung out with you, because she already knew what time it was. And I don't know if it's because her friends knew, so she didn't want to do it, and her friends judge her, or if it was like, you know, like I said, her conscience actually came into fruition. You know, it could have been a little bit of both, but for whatever reason, she says that. I go, oh, I mean, we could just chill. It doesn't have to be, whatever. And she's like, no, I'm cool. I'm like, okay. Now, the reason I bring that story up is because had it been an American girl, she would have just ghosted me, right? She would have just ghosted me. She would have just not replied if she decided she didn't want to communicate anymore. This girl actually replied. She's, you know, we were able to have a clear communication on what the situation is, and then go our separate ways. But women in America don't give that clarity. They don't give that communication. So guys don't really know where they stand, right? So then some guy, I wouldn't have done this because this is not my style, but some guys, let's say she did ghost me, some guys would have like continued to hit her up. And then from the girl's perspective, he's a stalker, you know, he's crazy, he's this, he's that. But he's looking for clarity. Like, you didn't say no, you didn't clear the situation, and he's interested in you. So he would have maybe kept trying to pursue you, and then came off as like kind of crazy. I know it's like, all right, take the hint, but there's a part of you that wants to have that, you know, I don't want to use the word closure, but just that clarity of like, what's going on, what's actually happening. Like, are you interested in me or are you not? And American women don't really give that often. Sometimes they do. When you find those girls, it's cool, it's great to be, you know, the ones that'll just be like, hey, look, I'm just not interested in you. Or, hey, I'm very interested in you. I'm not trying to hide that I'm interested in you. You know, let's talk. And then it's smooth. So communication is a huge difference. There's a huge difference on average, because I would say most of the foreign women that I spoke to are like that, very clear. And most of the American women are not. They're just not clear. It's just hard. It's like pulling teeth talking to them. They're waiting 3-4 hours to talk to you. They're playing that game where, you know, they want to respond. Sometimes they're not, right? It's silly. Instead of just being like, hey, I'm not interested. I don't want to talk to you. Just tell me. Or, hey, I have a boyfriend actually. You know, I thought you were cute, but I can't talk to you. Whatever it is. You know, whatever the situation is, the reason that she doesn't want to talk to you, just be like, hey, I don't want to talk to you. Now, I'll be fair and say guys do be overreacting and acting crazy when they get rejected. So guys got to do better at that so that women feel safer, I guess, to communicate these things. But it's not every guy's going to act crazy and wild out because a girl says no, right? So we could use some more clarity here in the US of A. Now, that's the first difference. The second difference is the actual interaction. And this is really why guys will go to these other countries, from what I've heard, from what I've, you know, viewed and watched on videos and gotten these guys' perspectives. And from my own experience, what I can imagine would be the draw is foreign women, when you're interacting with them, that performative nature that guys feel like they need to have in America with women, like that performative nature. And I don't mean performative in the sense of like you're trying to make her laugh and you're trying to be big and you're trying to, just be this entertainer. I don't mean performative like that. I mean performative even in the sense where you have to be more nonchalant than you actually feel like being. You have to be more chill, more reserved, more, I'm not, you gotta convince yourself like to act like, okay, I'm not really that interested. I'm not like, you can't just, the feeling that you actually feel, the way you actually want to be, right, with the girl, whether that is like, oh, I want to tell you that I like you and I want to be clear about that. And you like, you know what I mean? You got to almost play the game, play like cool, play cool all the time. That's performative as well. Some guys do go the laughy, jokey route and they are big and performative, but whatever your style is, like your performance, that's, in my experience, hasn't been necessary with foreign women. With foreign women, it's just like you can just chill. You can just actually have a genuine conversation. It's much more genuine from the get-go. With American women, yeah, you can get to that point. And some women are like that. But a lot of women, especially attractive women, there's this performative aspect because these American women have been, because so many guys in America do perform, right? Because they don't actually know what's going on. They don't know if the girl likes them. They don't know if she doesn't. So we just create this way of being that we're like, all right, well, this seems to work. If I move like this seems to work. That's how all these videos, this is how you do this. This is when you're talking to a girl, do this. When you like all that stuff, in my experience with foreign women has not been necessary. I could just talk to them and it's cool and it's just straightforward. And if they don't have interest in you, they'll be like, okay, well, yeah, I'm not gonna hang out with you today. I'm gonna do this with my friends, and boom, that's it. I'm not interested in you. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna, take my space or whatever it is, whatever they want to tell you, they're gonna tell you. And when you're interacting with them, you don't have to perform. It's chill. It's cool. You can just have a conversation. You can feel how low stakes it is. You can feel how low stakes the conversation is. Like there's not this sense of, okay, well, what are you gonna say? What are you gonna do? Like, are you gonna show me that this? Are you like that? Like when you're talking to American women, a lot of times it's like there's a spotlight on you. It's like, all right, go ahead. What are you gonna do? Oh, I'm not impressed. You had 20 seconds. Yeah. I'll have my people call your people type of thing. Like it's like you're auditioning, right? You're auditioning where it's not like that. It's not an interview. It's not this, oh, well, let me see. It's more equal. It's like American women see themselves as like, I'm the prize. I'm better. So what are you going to do to show me, right? A lot of times, unless they're dealing with, a guy with clout, a guy with like maybe a lot of fame or a lot of money or something like that, then the dynamic kind of evens out. But it's like this dude had to be famous just to be equal to a girl, just a regular old girl. He has to be famous for her to see him as like equal or better. Whereas with foreign women, in my experience, if you're just talking to them, they just already see you as an equal. So their conversation, their interaction is not coming from this place of like, what are you gonna do? It's like, oh, okay, oh, what like, what's your favorite whatever? And then you tell them and you have a conversation and you feel the space to just be chill and talk candidly. It's very candid when it comes to foreign women. It feels like I can be very candid. That's the experience I've had. And it doesn't feel like that. They're not going to be as offended about everything, right? They're more real. It's like they're more realistic about life, foreign women, than American women. American women are kind of like, they're living in a movie. It's like they're living in a movie, and it makes it hard for a man to just be like straight with them and realistic with them and candid with them and honest with them, to be honest. For lack of a better word, honest with them. You have to perform in this way for them to be like, oh, you're good enough. Okay, you're good enough. I can spend more time with you. A lot of times. And and this happens even when, let's say, the girl does show interest in you. Once you reciprocate the interest, that's when they flip and they're like, oh, okay, well, what are you gonna, oh, you are interested? Okay, well, what now? Okay. And then they get in the power seat. Hasn't been my experience with foreign women. They like you show interest, they don't all of a sudden flip and be like, well, I don't like you anymore. It's more like, okay, you like me too. Perfect. This is cool. All right, we both like each other, right? It's just more of on an equal playing field. The average man, the average woman is just more on an equal playing field than is the case when it comes to American women. You could, and I don't know if everywhere in America, but even in LA, you could be a guy that's very attractive. And I've spoken to a lot of guys about this. You could be a guy that's very attractive. I don't like using numbers, but let's use numbers just for the sake of the argument. You could be a guy that's like an 8, a 9, right? And girls that are like a 2, not a 2, girls that are like a 4 will act like they have some type of, like you need to prove yourself to them. It's weird. 5s, 4s, they'll act like you have to, like not even that you're trying to holler at them, but if you just try to talk to them in a way, there's almost like this, oh, you're trying to talk to me, oh, you're trying to, like foreign women don't have that. They don't have that pridefulness, and that's a big part of why the communication is different and why the interactions are different. There's less of like this arrogance of like, okay, well, what are you gonna do to get me? I'm the prize. I'm the this. I'm the that. And I'm sure it's spreading. With social media, I'm sure that mentality, that mindset, that attitude is spreading. So, foreign guys, you might be dealing with this a little bit more. But in my experience, I keep saying that it just hasn't been like that with foreign women. It's been much more of a smooth process. It's yes or no. It's pretty binary. And it's not all this gray area trying to figure out, does she, if I do this, back and forth. It's not as much of it's just been smooth and simple in my experience. But yeah, to me, that's the difference between American women and foreign women. But y'all let me know if y'all had different experiences. If you're a foreign dude and you're like, nah, man, these foreign girls play so many games, so many this, so many that, what I'm saying? Drop it in the comments. Let me know. I could be wrong. But this is not what I've seen. What I've seen has been, it's kind of like smooth sailing when it comes to foreign women. But that's the video for today. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think. Drop some more topics in the comment section. I got my coaching calls in the description box, Instagram in the description box. And y'all know what it is. It's mind over matter, Marvel over matter. Let's get it.